Hello guys, it's a new tutorial on how to make avatars, generic avatars to the VR chat. And in today's video we're just gonna check how to make the Cinema 4D models with animations, make as generic avatars. So let's take a look. For example, we have Dark Survival Evolved creatures. Let's take a look. For example, we will take this Allosaurus from Dark. You can download it free on the YouTube. So the first thing we need to understand that each model, for example here, have a different skeleton. Let's take a look. For example, here Allosaurus have the skeleton named Allosaurus, and let's take a different one. Let's example took the move animation, and here we have the skeleton changed to the move name. That's important because if the skeletons will be different in the Unity, the Unity will not play them because like the name of the skeleton it will be like totally unreadable. Even the bones will be similar, but if the name of the bones, the first main bone will be different, the animation will be not played, so let's keep it in mind. Okay, so let's take the first animation called idle, and for example let's rename it, just pressing double click on it, call it 1. I'll just take it for easier recognize. So it's just an idle animation for the Allosaurus. Let's just quickly export it. Let's just quickly export it to our directory. So just not touch everything here, it's okay. So right now the thing is exported. So let's take a look at our Unity files, and let's drop our idle here, and drop the textures too. Keeping in mind that some textures will be in the different folders, so keep it in mind. Okay, so let's take this textures here and watch what we do. So before the textures are imported, one thing you will notice that you cannot adjust speed of the animations here, and one thing, some animations can be in the different forwards thing. Like for example the Allosaurus here are predefined, he's like on the Z-axis, so it's not a problem. Okay, so we have our Allosaurus here. Let's just port it to the 0 points. I'll just make it like this, and just quickly apply some shaders on it to look more cooler. Okay, so right now our Allosaurus have this status. It have main bone called 1, and so let's take a look at the different one. For example, let's check this cuddle animation, cuddle Cinema 4D. Let's just export it as like this. Let's just export it and drop directly into our Unity. Just ignore it. So right now we have our Allosaurus. Let's just drop it too. Let's just quickly make it here. So if you will see that, like, let's just change it here to better understanding. So this Allosaurus to Allosaurus have different skeletons. So if we take this cinema animation, it just works fine with the stock Allosaurus model with the cuddle skeleton. But if we will take this Allosaurus with the skeleton 1, it will be just stuck in the T-pose and do nothing. So the important thing we need to do is just rename the skeleton of this one to 1 and just export it again. So we'll just take and you will need to do this every time you will use the different animation. Let's just import here our basic animations that we have to our Allosaurus. In the future we'll be delete this unused models, so keep it in mind. So right now we have charge, idle, and cuddle and move animations. So each of them have skeleton called 1. Keep in that mind again to change the skeleton right here. Just call it whatever you want and keep this skeleton name to every other model with the animations you wanted to export. So if we check now our Allosaurus with 1 skeleton, our works perfectly with every animation here. Just playing pretty nice. So that's basically it, and that's all. So one thing you need to do is just rename the skeleton in the cinema, and that's pretty much it. So I think that's it. I think you got it. It's pretty easy. Then you will do same things that I told in my first part of the tutorial, like how to make the generic avatar working in the animator here. So I hope you learned something new from this tutorial. So see you in the second, or what this I should say, the third part of my tutorial. That will be maybe in the future, I'm not sure. So see you all, guys.